Welcome to OSBT Standard Procedure 030, Manlift Procedure, Employee Education. Manlift Procedure. This procedure establishes the requirements for safely operating manlifts at OSBT. Many factors affect the safety of operation, including proper design, installation, and maintenance of the equipment. It must be emphasized, however, that the most significant factor for safe operation is the ability of the individual employee to properly comply with the established operating procedures for manlift use. OSHA Standard 1910.68. Manlift procedure. Hazards. Electrocution. One of the most common and deadly hazards associated with manlift is electrocution from contact with electrical wires and conductors. ANSI and OSHA standards specify minimum safe distances that are to be maintained while working in a manlift. If these distances cannot be achieved, do not use the equipment. If using electrified tools while on a lift, use only tools that are double insulated or have a grounding plug. If using an electromechanical model lift, ensure that the proper gauge of extension cord wire is used and that it is in good condition and equipped with a grounding plug. Do not operate the machine outdoors if there is a threat of lightning. In fact, do not operate during any type of inclement weather, including windy conditions, since fall and tip-over hazards are exaggerated in these conditions. Personnel on the ground are prohibited from operating the ground controls when a manlift in contact with a live electrical source until such time as the electrical source is de-energized. Manlift procedures. Hazards. Tip over and collapse. Never exceed the manufacturer's specified maximum load, which includes the weight of the personal and all tools, supplies, equipment, etc. that will be on the platform. Do not operate on surfaces that exceed the manufacturer's maximum slope, typically 5% or less. Always use wheel shucks and brakes when operating on any slope. Set up on a firm surface, well away from the drop-offs. When navigating a lift that is designed to move with the platform extended, avoid debris, bumps, depressions, or potholes. Do not drive over floor grates or covers. Never exceed the manufacturer's maximum speed recommendations. Know the type and proper usage of stabilizing mechanisms used on the lifts that you operate. Do not attempt to move or adjust stabilizing mechanisms while the platform is raised. Never position or tie off the lift or platform against a wall, structure, or other surface. Maintain the intended center of gravity by evenly dispersing loads on the platform. Never attempt to increase the surface area of the platform with planks, boards, or other devices. Do not let materials extend over the edge of the platform. Do not hang tools or equipment off the sides of the rails of the platform. Exercise care when raising and lowering the platform to avoid entangling ropes, cords, etc. In the machine, most lifts are intended for a single person use. Do not allow more than one person on a lift unless it is specifically designed for that purpose. Avoid horizontal forces from work tasks that would cause the platform to sway and become unstable. This includes pushing off or pulling toward any surface, structure, or object outside the platform. Manlift procedures. Hazards dealing with falls. Falling from a lift is another hazard that must be recognized and steps taken to mitigate the risk. Guardrails typically provide adequate protection for scissor-like and vertical mastiffs that are stationary while the platform is extended, and the platform raises straight up from its base, so long as work activities and practices do not defeat the protection afforded by the guardrail. A full-body harness personal fall arrest systems must be used when operating all boom type lifts. Manlift procedure. Hazards dealing with collisions. Collision hazards can exist both overhead and on the ground. To avoid collision hazards, lock out overhead cranes that are located within the working distance of the lift. Look below before lowering a platform to verify that persons or objects are not present. Give warning of your intent to descend, audible alarm, or voice communications. Avoid setting up the high traffic areas. Manlift procedure, dealing with hazardous atmosphere. There are a couple of things that must be considered with respect to potentially hazardous atmospheres. The first is the job site where the lift is necessary. Manlifts can create sparks that could ignite flammable vapors, fibers, or dust that may be in the atmosphere. Under no circumstances should a lift be operated in a hazardous location. This includes an explosive or flammable atmosphere. Manlift procedure, training. Training will be provided to all employees prior to operating a manlift. This concludes manlift training. Please copy and paste the test link into your browser and begin the quiz.